Has anyone here ever been affected by alcohol abuse? The effects of alcoholism can negatively impact one's lifestyle, future, and the lives of loved ones. I have personally been affected by alcoholism from my father when I was in my youth. Alcoholism can damage a person's life without them even being aware. I will begin by discussing how I was personally affected by this terrible addiction. My father drank on a daily basis, and the alcohol made him do things he normally wouldn't do if he were sober. When he drank, he became very abusive towards me, my sister, and my mother. He would always choose alcohol over his family. My father missed all important events while I was growing up. Now that I have shared my personal story, I will teach you how to recognize some of the symptoms of alcoholism. Warning signs are important to notice because it can lead to saving someone's life before it is too late. Sometimes the symptoms are easily noticeable, but others can be difficult to distinguish. The Alcohol Rehab Guide says that the first steps in noticing temporary blackouts and short-term memory loss. One of the first symptoms that we noticed with my dad was his continuing distance from friends and family. He was always coming up with excuses to avoid spending time with us so that he can drink more. Next, I will like to provide information on how to help a person experiencing the symptoms I have mentioned. The very first thing that needs to be done is talk about the issue with the person that is whom is affected. An article by Darren Harbour and the Psych Central says, the two rules of thumb are keep it simple and tell the truth. Discussing the issue helps develop a plan to overcome the terrible addiction. Talking about this type of situation is difficult for both parties. So it is important not to rush things. Alcohol abuse effects must be taken seriously and treated immediately. After signs are recognized, now I want you all to understand just how big of a deal alcoholism is. This disease affects many more people than you would generally think. The Washington Post made an article that stated 1 in 8 American adults, or 12.7% of the U.S. population, now meets diagnostic criteria for alcohol use disorders. With that being said, it is very likely that you are in contact with someone who is fighting alcohol abuse, whether you realize it or not. Finally, I hope that the given information can be used to help someone who is suffering from alcohol abuse. Knowing how many Americans alone are affected by this disease really bothers me. Since alcohol abuse has impacted my life in a negative light, I hope that this speech will impact others in a more positive way by possibly saving someone's life. Understanding how to recognize the symptoms is important to starting the road to recovery. Even after the process begins, American Addiction Center says that the person will need ongoing love and clear support from their friends, family to stay on track. From the excessive research I have done, I found that the Dallas Council offers one of the best 24-hour hotlines for people to use whenever they need. I would like to share their number with everyone after this speech, just in case you run into someone who is struggling with alcoholism. There is hope that alcoholics can recover. My dad is currently recovering and is for better now than he has ever been. So for right now, I'd like to provide y'all with that hotline. It is 1-800-246-HOPE. And if y'all would like their email is info@dallascouncil.org. I hope that y'all have gotten something out of this, and if y'all know anybody that is suffering from alcohol abuse or alcoholism, to please get in contact and help them and talk the truth and help them get through their situation. So, thank y'all.
That was the most fluid part.
That was the